the story that explains Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu warning better than any lecture. Have you ever felt so guilty that you believed Allah would never forgive you, or so careless that you thought nothing could ever bring you consequences? Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu gave a warning and a cure for both extremes. But the lesson behind his words is hidden inside a mysterious story of a shepherd, a cave, and a stranger dressed in white. Listen closely. This one story could change your entire relationship with Allah. On a cold winter evening in the small town of Nurabad, a young student named Zaid walked through the narrow streets with a heavy heart, clutching his books to his chest as if they were the only weight holding him to this world. For the burden of guilt he carried felt heavier than anything he had ever held. He had been a promising student of Islamic studies, admired by everyone, but suddenly he had slipped. One mistake, one act of disobedience, one moment of weakness that he believed had erased all the goodness he had worked for. His soul trembled with fear that Allah would never forgive him. His steps finally led him to the old madrasa, where the lights still flickered through the windows, even though the night had grown dark. He knew exactly who would be awake at this hour. The teacher known across the region as Ustad Rahman, a man whose wisdom and gentleness had touched countless lives. Zaid entered quietly, finding the teacher seated on a mat with books around him, his face illuminated softly by a lantern. The teacher looked up, his eyes filled with warmth, as if he had been expecting him all along. "Zaid," he said kindly, "why does your soul tremble tonight?" And at that moment, Zaid could no longer hold back his tears. They flowed uncontrollably as he told his teacher about the mistake he had made, the sin he had committed, the guilt that was devouring him from within, the whispers that told him he was doomed, rejected, unforgivable. "I fear Allah will never forgive me," Zaid said, gasping between sobs. "I fear his punishment, yet I also feel no hope left. Ustad, tell me, what is left for someone like me?" Ustad Rahman listened silently, then placed a comforting hand on the young boy's shoulder. "Zaid," he whispered, "sit with me. Let me tell you a story you have never heard, a story hidden in the pages of time, a story that holds the meaning of the words of Hazrat Ali anhu. The perfect jurist of Islam is he who does not let people lose hope in the mercy of Allah, does not make them despondent of Allah's kindness, and does not make them feel safe from Allah's punishment. This story will travel through three realms: fear, hope, and balance. Listen carefully, because this story is not only for you, it is for every soul who will hear it after you. And the teacher began his narration. Many centuries ago, in a valley far from here, there lived a shepherd named Harith, a man whose life was marked by simplicity, but whose heart wrestled with storms no one saw. Harith was known to be righteous, but like all men, he had moments when his soul stumbled. One night, while tending his flock on a mountainside, he encountered a mysterious stranger dressed in white, whose presence brought a strange mixture of calm and thunder to Harith's chest. The stranger said, "Harith, Allah has given you two wings, fear and hope. Favoring one over the other will cause you to fall." Harith was startled. "Who are you? How do you know my heart?" But the stranger simply smiled with a light that shimmered like stars. "Walk with me," he said. Harith followed him through the mountain path, the cold wind howling around them. Soon they reached a cave that Harith had never noticed before, though he had lived in the mountains his whole life. Inside the cave, the stranger lit a flame that illuminated the walls, and what Harith saw made his breath stop. On one side of the cave were images of people drowning in darkness, sinking deeper with every sin, consumed by despair because they believed Allah would never forgive them. On the other side were people dancing carelessly, laughing arrogantly, acting as if nothing they did mattered because they believed Allah would never punish them. The stranger spoke again. "These are the two traps of Shaitan, despair and false security. One makes people believe they are beyond Allah's mercy. The other makes them believe they are exempt from Allah's justice. But Allah is neither like man who despairs, nor like a king who neglects his kingdom. His mercy is vast, but his justice is precise." Harith felt his knees grow weak. "Where do I stand?" he asked. The stranger pointed toward the middle of the cave, where a narrow bridge stretched across a deep abyss. "Here," he said, "between hope and fear. Only by walking this path can you reach the light on the other side." Harith noticed that the light was warm and golden, calling to his heart like a long-lost home. But as he stepped onto the bridge, the stranger vanished, and the cave shook violently as if the mountains themselves were testing him. Harith pressed forward, each step revealing memories of his sins whispering in the shadows. "You are unworthy. You are ruined. You can never return." With every whisper, the bridge trembled. Harith fell to his knees and cried, "Ya Rab, I am weak." At that moment, a verse appeared glowing on the wall beside him. "Despair not of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins." The words wrapped around Harith's heart like a balm, strengthening him. He rose again, only to face the other side of whispers now mocking him. "Go on. You sin, and He will still forgive you. Do anything you want." The bridge shook harder. A second verse appeared. "Do they feel secure from the plan of Allah? None feel secure except the losers." Harith understood the balance. Neither despair nor arrogance. Neither hopelessness nor carelessness. When he finally crossed the bridge, he reached the golden light, and the moment he stepped into it, he awoke back in the mountains with his flock. It had all been a dream, or perhaps a vision, or perhaps, Allah knows best, something more. But Harith returned home, transformed, telling people for years, "Fear Allah, but never despair of Him. Hope in Allah, but never feel safe from His accountability." His words changed his village. People who had been drowning in regret returned to prayer. People who had been heedless became mindful. And Harith lived a life of balance, blessed by Allah. Ustad Rahman paused. Zayd had stopped crying. His eyes glistened with wonder. Now the teacher said, "What do you learn from Harith's story?" Zayd whispered, "That Allah doesn't leave us because we fall. He waits for us to rise." The teacher smiled. "Yes, and that is why Hazrat Ali, R.A., said that a true jurist does not push people into despair or arrogance. Islam does not break the sinner, it rebuilds him. Islam does not make you fearless of sin, it makes you conscious. Islam does not want you hopeless, it wants you to return." The lantern's flame flickered, as if nodding in agreement. "Zayd," the teacher continued, "your mistake does not define you. Your repentance does. Your Lord is more merciful than your sin is heavy. But He is also more just than your ego is proud. Walk the bridge between fear and hope, and you will never be lost." Zayd felt the knots in his chest unravel, replaced by a warmth he had not felt in days, a softness that felt like the mercy of Allah itself touching his heart. He bowed his head. "Ustad, I want to walk that bridge." And the teacher embraced him. Outside, dawn slowly broke over the horizon, painting the sky with colors of hope, as if the world itself was whispering, "Return to your Lord, for His mercy awaits." If this story touched your heart, imagine the millions who need to hear it right now. Help us spread the message of hope, balance, and the mercy of Allah. Click like so YouTube knows this message matters. Share it with someone who is struggling with guilt or drifting into heedlessness. And if you want more Islamic storytelling, wisdom, and heart-shaking reminders, subscribe right now and turn on notifications. Together we can revive hearts, one story at a time. May Allah bless you.